How do you get your confidence back after you haven't been in the workforce for several years? That's what I want to talk about with my guest. This is going to be so good because when I got divorced, I had zippo self confidence when it came to anything professionally. I felt kind of frumpy. I was a stay-at-home mom for a while. Now, all of a sudden, I have to go back, put on work clothes, and go into an office. I didn't know how to text. I didn't know how to, I mean, I didn't even know any computer. I was intimidated by a Mac. And if you're listening to this, no problem. It going back to work for me was one of the best things I ever did. Okay, can't wait to introduce you to my guest. Amy Ratnow is the founder of ALR Connections. And what the company does is they help women during and after divorce, and actually not just divorced women, any woman who wants to go back to work. They help get you ready if you want. They help you prepare for interviews. They help you with your resume, job skill training, all the stuff, and then they help you get a job. Hi, Amy.
Hi, 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 hi.
I
Yes,
love
this
what
is,
you do, Amy, and tell me if you agree with me that these women who are finding themselves having to go back to work, why do they not have confidence in themselves?
yes, it's a very real thing. I find that the women have taken so much of their priorities and put them into their family, their children, their spouse, and have forgotten about themselves. And so what ends up happening is when it's their time to now be the leader in their own journey, they put aside all the things that make them the beautiful people that they were before they had children or before they got married. And so what we try to do is help regain that confidence in who you were before you became somebody new in your life, and really hone in on those skill sets and utilize all the things that you have been doing your whole life and use them as a way to market yourself in a new way, as your new version of yourself. Yeah.
And don't you feel like you hear from women, they never do the same thing they did before they were married and had kids? It's
Never.
always something different, and it's always something either that fits better into their schedule because they now have kids, that they're more passionate about maybe, that's more
Mhm.
fun for them. So, people listening, please have try to have a good attitude because going back to work is probably going to be the best thing that's happened to you in a long, long time for so many reasons. So, Amy, let me ask you this. If a woman said to you, where do I even begin? What would the first thing you would be? Would you tell her?
Well, the first thing I would say is get a great photo. I would tell them make sure that your LinkedIn profile or your Facebook profile or however you communicate through social media and or even just your website, that you have a really good photo of yourself to look. So the first step is how you look and feel about yourself. That's number one. I would also tell you to really start a list of what are your pros and cons of what you think are your best attributes. To know who you are first is the most important thing. So then you can sell yourself to whoever it is that you're trying to find a job. So knowing your own self worth and what makes you unique and special is the most important thing that you need to do.
What if somebody says, well, I don't really know what I want to do? What do you say to that?
Well, I would start, they may need to talk to a career coach, and we do have career coaches. So you do need that. That is definitely something where I would tell you to start. If you don't want to use a career coach, we do have resources. We write a lot of blogs about this, but it's literally just identifying things in your past and in your future that you can do without having to think or try hard. So just identifying what is it that you do every day that people call you for or ask you for or need you for. Start paying attention to those things. And those are really who you are and what makes you tick. And once you kind of identify, are you more in the math world? Are you more in the creative world? Are you more in the personal service world? Are you more in the researching world? When you start really figuring out what world you belong in, then it's easier to narrow down where to start looking. So you first have to know who you are. That's number one important step.
Okay, now I was going to say that a lot of people getting divorced now go to a divorce coach. These divorce
Mhm.
coaches can help you also. So that's one thing.
Yes.
And the other
Mhm,
thing is sometimes you have to let the work come to you. Like if you get involved with ALR Connections, Amy's
mhm.
company, you're going to start seeing job listings and things that are available. And then you might say, I might be good at this. So sometimes it just takes looking around for what's available and then determining what you might be good at from that point on. What about
Oh, that
resume?
is a great
Okay, go
yeah, you're
ahead.
right, and that's a great tip. We tell people, "Go on Indeed, go on LinkedIn, look at what's out there, and start writing down the things that you like and don't like about the different jobs and what interests you and don't interest you, because then you can also it can teach you. A resume is very, very important. It depends who you're sending the resume to and how you're communicating the resume. We also do refreshing courses, and we can help you with the resume on a very inexpensive, low way, or just help you look at your resume. So we're here as a resource. Resumes, depending on where and who, mean different things to different people. So I think it is smart to talk to us and find out who and where you're looking so then we can help you identify what kind of resume you need for that job because it does differ depending on the career you're looking for.
Do you know how many women I talk to that I say, "Oh, what do you do?" And then they laugh and say, "I never in a million years thought I would be doing this, but I'm a blah, blah, blah." So a lot of times it's like a surprise. That's what I wanted to
Yes.
say in response to what you want to do. The other thing is, tell me how much resumes have changed since, let's say, somebody hasn't worked in 10 or 15 or 20 years. Has it changed
Yeah.
much?
They have changed so much, and that's what it's not one size fits all, and that's kind of why it depends on what job you're looking for and what kind of resume you need to have. Some companies, it's everything, and you don't even talk to a person. It's all based on keyword search, where other people really just want to know the person and their life experiences. So that's where a resume can either be extremely important or not important at all, but it's really more about the job that you're trying to find. But yeah, it's changed a lot, especially with the whole gap year situation. A lot of people feel, what do I do about that? But really, that's not an issue anymore. The people want to know what you have done in the past that can help you with what you're doing today. So they don't need to know every single thing you've done. They don't need to know your whole life experience. If it has nothing to do with the actual job you're applying for, they really don't care. And they'll ask you those questions in the interview, and then you can talk about that. But if it has nothing to do with the actual job, it's not important to them.
Okay, Amy, another question. You work with people all over the country, right?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
if somebody needs a resume, you said that you have people that can help them?
Yes, we have a download on our website that you could pay for where you can do it yourself. It's a step-by-step do it yourself resume help guide. You can go to one of our workshops that we have online, or you can do a one-on-one call with one of our professionals. So there's three different cost-effective ways to be able to help you and whether you want all the help or no help at all. So just kind of give you a baseline.
ALRconnections.com. Okay, tell me about
Or staffingwomen.com.
staffingwomen.com. Either one works.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
tell me about expanding your network. You hear that phrase a lot. Oh, expand your network. What does that mean? And why is that helpful in getting a job?
I believe it's who you know, not what you know. And I believe that utilizing your resources is probably the easiest access that you have for an opportunity. So, for example, if you can identify what you're looking for or what your strengths are, you can sell that to people who are centers of influence. So if you can reach out to somebody and say, I'm looking for this job, I want to get paid this amount, I want to do these skill sets in this environment, no one's going to know what you want unless you ask the question. So why not use the people that know you best, that trust you, that have relied on you to your benefit? So I always say, identify who you are first and then sell yourself to people in your network and ask them, do you know anybody who's hiring? Because everybody wants to hire somebody that comes from a referral. That's the greatest type of hire is somebody that somebody has known and can speak. Because it's the hardest thing in the world is to hire. And
Right.
companies want to know that they're bringing somebody they can really rely and trust. So utilize your resources, the people who trust you and like you and know you to help them advocate for you.
And also, people might get paid a fee for finding the person. So, I guess
Yes,
my point is there's something in it for them too.
it
Not
is.
that
Yeah,
that's
my
the only
husband's
reason
company.
not that that's
No,
the only reason they're gonna help you,
right.
but it's you're doing them a favor too. They'll be like, "Oh, cool,
Yes.
I get a referral fee." Okay, so tell me, you're the expert, Amy, but tell me if I'm right. Isn't LinkedIn one of the best ways to expand your network and search for a job? Like, I think that Indeed is good. I think that, but not as good as LinkedIn and ALR Connections combined.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, so LinkedIn, so we only focus on small businesses. So I wouldn't say if you're looking for our type of jobs, we don't post it on LinkedIn, right? So that's not how we do it. But all of my connections and my resources and the people all come from LinkedIn. So if you are looking for a job, it is important to have a presence there because you can network and see who's connected to who and find ways to learn more about maybe it's the industry you want. You can find more opportunities in that industry or maybe in that job role. So LinkedIn can be a huge resource to you if you allow it to be. Um, Absolutely. We post jobs the moment a job becomes available. So that's, we tell our people to always follow up us as well. But yeah, I believe that you should be talking to lots of different people. There's not one channel that I would say you must use this, you must use that. Utilize everything. There's so much access now. It doesn't hurt to just research and see what makes the best fit for you. Yeah.
And another thing ALR Connections does is they have somebody who will look over your LinkedIn profile because that is so important. I would say it's just as, if not more important than your resume, because everyone who read your resume is going to go right to your LinkedIn. And then other
Yep.
people who aren't getting your resume are going to see you on LinkedIn. Very, very important. And ALR
Very important.
Connections can help you
That's
with
why
that.
the photograph is important that you have, you want to really make the first impression be a strong impression. So that's making your resume look really great and making your LinkedIn or your social media look to a place where you know that someone's going to be doing research on you. I mean, we utilize Facebook and Instagram and social media for all of our candidates. We do a lot of research beforehand, and so do companies. So it's really important that you have a really strong presence in your social media.
And if you have a picture that you love of yourself, but like you're going to be able to see somebody's arm around you cut off, that is not good. What Amy and I are talking about is a professional photo, and
Mhm.
ALR Connections has people who will do this for you. And it's pretty inexpensive to
Mhm.
just get a really good shot. I just got a new one. I'm very happy with it. I got it through
Yeah.
ALR. And it's just makes you look much more professional and like you're really serious about this. You're not just like somebody who's like putting her toe in the water. You are
Yeah.
serious.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Amy,
mean,
thank you. Oh, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying you have to put your best foot forward always, right? I mean, you are a walking advertisement, so why not look the part, play the part, act the part, fake it till you make it if you need to, but it doesn't come unless you believe in yourself. And so someone's not going to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself.
And I want to tell you, if you're listening or watching this, I believe in you and you are awesome and you're going to be amazing. And
Yes.
I have been there. Amy has been there. Did you take time off, Amy, with your
Oh
kids?
yeah, that's why I created this company solely because I was out there in the workplace needing to find a 9 to 3 job. And I found that we women needed advocacy because there's so many talented women out there who need jobs and there's the right opportunities out there. Just don't give up. We're here for you. And yeah, I've been there. We've all been there. The girls who work for me, we've all been there. We've all done it. So it's just it takes um, a village sometimes, and we're all here to support each other. Yeah.
I just love it, Amy. ALR Connections or staffingwomen.com. Amy, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And to my listeners and viewers, if you want to learn more, go to divorcedgirlsmiling.com.